So, hey, brother, hey, sister. I know you're tired, but let's have this conversation. This video is for you if where you are presently is nothing compared to where you want to be, or maybe rather where God has shown you to. Please do well to stick around because everything I'm going to be sharing in this video is going to help you. One of the things when I was reading a book, I got to realize the final stage of a caterpillar, it's a butterfly. And when I saw it, I was like, wait a minute, like, I don't understand. A caterpillar and a butterfly, like, they are two different insects on their own. So I went to go and make a research. And, from my research, caterpillar is the larval stage of a butterfly. All those things were taught us in primary school. I don't know if anybody can remember, but totally I forgot actually. It's called the metamorphosis. So in a butterfly, we have the egg stage, we have the larva stage, we have the pupa stage, and also finally when we now get to the adult stage. And looking at the picture of a caterpillar and also the picture of a butterfly, they are two different animals. You will not even get to realize that there will be a stage where a caterpillar will now finally become a butterfly. Because if you look at a caterpillar, it crawls on the floor. It has a very slow movement. It has a very rotating structure. I don't just like to see it at all. And coming to butterfly flies. It has feathers. Because when I'm studying the book of Joseph, I used to realize what used to be on his mind a lot of times when he's passing through a lot of condition, because this is somebody that God showed him that his family was bowing to him, and all of a sudden he's moving as a slave to somebody's house, to prisoner, and every other thing. So this is the same thing. Where you are might not look like where you want to be or where you are going to, or maybe the vision that God has shown you, whether in your business, whether in whatever thing you're doing. It might not look like it, but I want to tell you that you are in the right track. So far, you are following God's will for your life. You are maybe in the second stage of your life, or maybe in the third stage, or in the fourth stage. When we get to do what we have to do, trust God at every process and put in everything that God has for it. It might take one day, it might take 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, but us consistently doing what God wants us to do can lead us, to the final stage, so that we can look like what God has shown us. So at the point I became very inquisitive. I was like, okay, well, is it possible that the caterpillar may not reach the butterfly stage? And it says naturally is supposed to reach, but there are some things that can happen that can cut short of the growth. I was like, okay, what are the issues? One of the things is lack of feeding properly, bad environment, non-adequate adverse weather condition, sickness or diseases, or finally death. Maybe finally when we now go to the farm and we now see it on our plants and we now kill it and all that. Some of those things, it will make it is not like it will not get to the final stage. The only thing that can make it not to get to the final stage is only death. But when all those problems are attached, it might now reduce. If it was supposed to mature in 3 months, because of those things, it can extend to 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and every other thing. So you see that sometimes we are the one that is our problem. So some of the things like lack of feeding properly, when he's not feeding, maybe he doesn't want to walk, he's just there, other people are trying to eat up some plants, some leaves to grow, and he's just there saying they don't want to do anything. That is the same thing that can make us, even us, when we don't want to put in effort, we don't want to trust God, we don't want to even do what God has told us to do. We can remain stagnant. It's not God is the problem, you are the problem. Bad environment can also, maybe the kind of friends that we have, the people that advises, or the people you look up to, the things that we do, when you are constantly not doing the right thing, can also be a hindrance. Sickness, diseases, and finally death. If actually a caterpillar can actually finally fly, I don't think that God ever had small plans for anybody. There is greatness that lies in everybody that God has created. The only thing is that sometimes we end up being where we want to be. We don't, realize or want to walk to get to where God actually wants us to be. So this whole thing can be cut short. Your greatness in that lies in can be cut short by you. That's why some people, they even remain in their larva stage. Some people even tend to even remain in the egg stage. They just say, okay, I'm just fine here. I don't want to do much. Let me just be okay. I'm just okay in the egg stage. I'm okay in the larva stage. Some people are even okay in the pupa stage. That's why sometimes when you see some people that are already great, they still want to be greater. Why? They are still putting in more effort. Greatness lies in us. The Bible said, There's a treasure in an hidden verse so that the excellency of it might be of God. So there is treasure that God has placed in you. So you have to work it out. Don't be lazy. Don't be comfortable with where you are, because there is so much that God has placed inside you. So I don't want you to feel that where you are is where God wants you to be. No. If a caterpillar can graduate to becoming a butterfly, there is so much that God has for you. So the only thing you have to do is keep following Him, keep trusting in every process, and keep believing and keep putting in more work. Keep showing up. Don't always, because you don't even know when the time of visitation would be. You don't know when God is going to promote you to the next class. It might be the day that you finally don't want to even come out and show up. That is even the day that was supposed to be your visitation. So don't give up. There is something better that God has for you. I don't think any father will want his child to suffer or not to be a great person. So God wants you to be great. The only thing is that where you are is you're just a work in progress. You're just a work in progress to where God wants you to be. So I hope this encourages you, and I hope that you don't give up on whatever thing you're doing. When God wants to restore, He restores as if it's like you not even remember that there was a period that you were actually passing through those process. I don't want this video to be too long. Please, if you find this video very helpful, do well to comment and also like and subscribe. And I know that I have a channel where I share my thoughts on the books I've read. I send PDFs, send recommendations, and also inspire us and encourage us to read. So please do well to follow the link on my description box if you want to be part of this family. And I know I'll be seeing my next video. For now, please do well to be safe, and bye.